So what are some solid stocks to start paying attention to? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions. I want to keep this super short and sweet. Apple, of course, has to be one of these stocks. And it's not that it's the best buy as of right now, but one of the things that we are all anticipating is it definitely took longer than expected. But the release for the iPhone 12 is tomorrow, which is Tuesday, October 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And there is set to be a total of 4 iPhones that are to be displayed. And one of the things that we all have to get through our head is no one knows if Apple's going to go up or down based off of this release, right? It just has to do with market anticipation, expectation, and if that expectation is met on whatever that might be, then yeah, we can see a positive catalyst. But like we've seen so many times before, Apple with their price point and Apple with their new features, they might not just be as advanced as expected, and this can of course cause a negative catalyst towards Apple itself. A very simple way that I would personally approach this is don't put so much money into Apple that if it ends up pulling back, that you end up getting devastated. I'm invested in Apple. I'm not trading Apple, and I would never really be someone that would trade Apple just because it doesn't normally move very quickly. Could I see Apple push up a little bit more because of this positive catalyst that can be released tomorrow? Of course, right? Apple has sold off quite a bit, especially as the overall market pulled back. So it's given it a lot of room based off of previous highs that it has to gap up, right? Nearly 14%. So with that being said, does it have upside margin? Of course, and it could surpass that. Do I think that's going to happen tomorrow? I really don't. I feel like a lot of people have been anticipating this release for the iPhone 12. There's already a series of different pictures, a series of different features that are also going to be released or have been released already. So I think that expectation is already set. More often than not, I tend to see it act as a negative catalyst and a positive, but because I'm invested long-term in Apple, I feel comfortable holding, and let me tell you why. I have enough money in Apple that if it does go up, great. I don't have so much money in Apple that if it pulls back, I would be devastated. If anything, I would probably buy more if it does pull back. And based off of recent patterns and based off of how the market is currently trading, and you guys can let me know in the comment section, not even just talking about Apple, but /NQ, which is the NASDAQ future, which has a big focus on tech-based stocks, Apple being one of those stocks, right? /NQ and NASDAQ are very overbought. They just had nearly a 2% day today. They're looking very overextended. It's no longer a good deal, and it's most likely going to be experiencing a pullback pretty soon. So regardless of how Apple performs when the market begins to pull back, unfortunately, this means that it's going to drag the price back down on Apple. And again, this is why I'm not a big believer in being able to day trade Apple, as the margins are not necessarily always worth it. I can see that when hype is present, why you might want to, day trade it if you see the margins to be worth it. It's just not my niche, right? I would rather be someone that buys the dips when Apple sells off and be able to ride the recovery and invest in it long term. That's just my 2 cents. Feel free to share your opinion down in the comment section. But what I also wanted to talk about is we actually talked about one stock yesterday in our Sunday stock talk, and I wanted to highlight it and get your guys' opinion. This stock is not a stock suggestion. It's not for everyone, and I 100% understand that. But a lot of you guys see value in the same ways that I do when it comes down to the technical aspect and the specific reversal setups. So I just wanted to share it with you, and it is ticker symbol DPZ. It's Domino's. And because of its recent earnings, it acted as a negative catalyst. What I like about it are 3 things. I like how consistent the pattern is. It's very easy to understand the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows, the highs, and the lows. It doesn't mean that it has to reverse back up. Nothing has to happen, and this is why I'm sharing this with you, because I set my alerts for when we get proper indication of a reversal, then I'll follow up with it, and then I can slowly add to my position size. I'm not someone that's going to be like, oh my God, everyone has to buy this, because like we know, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. And this thing can easily sell off. There's 2 sides to every opportunity, and you always have to be open to that idea. But with that being said, based off of where we're currently at and based off of previous highs, it offers a little bit over 10%, nearly 12% margin for a perfect trade. Let's be honest. I'm not a perfect trader, and most likely you aren't either, right? There's no such thing as a perfect trade every single time. Even if we were able to capture 5-6% of that 12%, how cool would that be, right? Being able to watch our position size, being able to wait for confirmation if the opportunity actually ends up presenting itself, and then taking action when it makes sense. And also keeping in mind that risk management has to be A1 if we begin to see a breakup pattern. And what does a breakup pattern look like? Well, based off of previous patterns, it's been making higher highs and higher lows, ascending supports and ascending resistance. So if we begin to see that it gets rejected by the EMA line and ends up making lower lows and lower highs, then again, that's a breakup pattern. And by watching your position size, keeping it smaller, this can help you effectively cut losses and with very minimal loss, right? The third stock that I want to talk about, and again, I understand that this is not for everyone, but especially as the NFL season, if I'm not mistaken, just restarted, we saw an aggressive sell-off with DKNG. This is not a stock that I would invest in long-term as of right now, but I see why a lot of people are paying attention to it based off of previous highs. So let's just put it here right around like $65 almost, right? So that's based off of previous resistance levels. We recently sold off, so it's built some reversal opportunity. It has some upside margin. How much, you might ask? Well, based off of previous highs, nearly 25%. So TQ's overall market's pushing up right now. So nearly 25%. Again, no such thing as a perfect trade. Even if you're able to capture 10% of that by being able to watch your position size, waiting for proper and clear direction and confirmation of that reversal. As of right now, we're above the EMA line, but it doesn't mean that we have to make higher highs right now. So instead of trying to go all in and thinking that it has to recover, nothing has to happen. We could easily get rejected and make new lows back here, right? So I set my alert down here for potential breakup pattern, as again, there's two sides to every opportunity, but I also set my alert for the break above, specific price points, $53, $57, just to make sure that I am kept up to date on something that I see value in. And that's what I want to finish this video with. Whatever stock, again, these are just examples. I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the stocks that I'm paying attention to, ones that I saw as solid setups, and you guys can let me know in the comment section if you agree, if you disagree, why you would, why you wouldn't. But all I wanted to do is I wanted to share the stocks that I'm paying attention to right now. You guys can decide to add them to your watch list. But don't forget, the most important thing is whatever stock it is that you see value in, even beyond this, you need to set effective alerts so they don't just sit there doing nothing. The whole idea of having a watch list and the whole idea of setting alerts is to be effective and efficient with your trading or your investing. So make sure you set your future self up by setting an effective watch list and setting an effective alert-based system. And this is why you see a bunch of different watch lists that I have, as again, I only want to pay attention to the ones I currently see value in on my most relevant watch list in comparison to all the other ones. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't made one like this in a while. If you guys would like to see future videos like this, please make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, don't forget to stay connected. You guys can join our free Facebook group. That's going to be that first link down below. And on top of that, if you guys want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, we host a live trading session every single day, and that's that second link down below. But no rush, we have over 2,000 free videos on YouTube that you're more than welcome to check out. And whenever you're ready, we're excited to have you as a part of the team. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.